On today's episode of Profs Huddle, we will take a look at the winning ways and success that the Profs have had on our campus. Stories and features including indoor track, swimming, volleyball, football, and soccer.
And stay tuned for our coverage on this year's homecoming, where Rowan hosted the first ever breakfast bowl. The century-long battle between pork roll and Taylor ham has finally come to a close. Stick around to find out the winner. Welcome back to Profs Huddle. I'm Micaiah Tinklenberg.
And I'm Aiden Ray. The Rowan volleyball team is heading towards the end of their regular season as they have one more game to go on the road against Eastern on November 8th. With a record of 15-12, they're looking to head back to the NJAC tournament. We took the time to interview head coach Deanna Jesperson to get an idea of their mindset heading into the tourney.
Entering her 11th year as Rowan's women's volleyball's head coach, Deanna Jesperson has the task of leading the Profs to victory heading into the 2024 NJAC tournament. And a bounce-back win with a clean 3-0 sweep against New Jersey City University during Tuesday night's game sets the stage for a confident entrance into the tournament for her team.
Next week, we wanted to make sure that we ended the season feeling like we were playing aggressive and that we were being consistent. And we've worked a lot the past couple weeks on the mental side of the game. It's anybody's game in the NJAC right now. Like, it doesn't matter where you're seated. It is so, everybody has beaten everybody. It is so upside down that I think as long as we have confidence and having a sweep like this gives you confidence, I think that we can go into that tournament feeling like we're prepared and can play anybody.
A boost in such confidence can only grow from the development of fundamental yet paramount factors for team success. A strong sense of team cohesion, a clear sense of the goal ahead, and a readiness and willingness to tackle it head on.
You know, I tell them to eat, sleep, drink, and believe. You know what I mean? Like, you got to fire yourselves up now. Like, you can do it, but you got to believe it, and you got to talk about it, and you got to manifest it if that's like even a thing. But I think if they truly embody that and really believe that they can be a champion, they can hold that trophy in somebody else's gym, I have no doubt. I think at this point, if they keep preparing and keep focusing on the little details and keep getting 1% better every day, I don't see why we can't win a title and hopefully keep pushing for next year too.
Switching gears now, homecoming at Rowan is no doubt one of the most anticipated events of the year, and last Saturday was no exception. Hundreds of fans from around the community came together for a tailgate, all leading up to the grand finale, Rowan football taking on Montclair State. Before the big game, we had the opportunity to get an inside scoop with some fans to get their take on the homecoming energy.
I mean, coming together as a school, I think it's cool. Like, not that there's not a lot of stuff going on here all the time, but I feel like it's cool to all be together and give out food and just like spirit of Rowan.
Yeah, definitely welcoming and like encouraging. It definitely shows you different aspects of what Rowan can offer, and it just makes you honestly want to come here.
So far, I think it's pretty fun. They have a lot of different clubs and different information about the school going on, and a lot of friendly people. So it's really fun to come out.
This is actually my first homecoming event since graduation gazillion years ago. So it's really exciting to see how much bigger and better this is than when I was on campus.
It's nice to see them all. It's like a wide variety of people from like all ages, so it's nice to see everybody all in one place.
All the alumni that come back, it's like friends you haven't seen in over a year. It's just a good time, get together, eat some good food, grill with your friends. It's a good time.
They did not win in our senior year, but I am highly confident that Rowan will prevail today against Montclair.
No one's gonna like my answer here, but probably not us.
Oh, yeah. Come on, you gotta go with the Profs, man.
I want to, but I don't think I can.
It's a tough one. I'd say Rowan.
Oh, Rowan, of course.
Rowan, duh, woo!
With the fans brimming with excitement, there's a lot more than just football, than a football game on the line. This year marks the first ever breakfast bowl as both teams aim to bring awareness to the food insecurity in New Jersey. Donation points were set up in the stadium to support the community food banks of New Jersey. The winning team will determine whether the breakfast food is called pork roll or Taylor ham for the calendar year and win the breakfast bowl trophy. Now, let's see who were the champions of breakfast. Rowan and Montclair have had a long history of rivalry dating back to 1949. Both teams came out hard defensively, quickly hitting a stalemate in the first two quarters. Moving on to the second half, and the Profs started to break through. Sophomore Tashawn Brookman got the ball from Joseph Reen, booking it 7 yards up the middle for a gain. Rowan breaks through at 10:07 in the third quarter. Joseph Rena powered up the middle for a 1-yard rushing touchdown, putting the Profs on the board with their first score. Later in the third, Montclair quarterback Aiden McLaughlin throws a pass complete to the left side to receiver Jamie Hamilton for the 23-yard gain. Going to the fourth quarter, Montclair was able to respond with a 9-yard touchdown from a McLaughlin pass to Anthony Roige. With 6 seconds left to go in the regulation, Rowan kicker Tommy LaPelleri kicks a 19-yard field goal to give the Profs the lead, and then Montclair is able to get into field goal territory, where their kicker Greg Casimir hits a 49-yard field goal to tie the game up at 10 with 2 seconds to go. In overtime, Rowan safety AJ Curvin intercepts the pass from McLaughlin to give the Profs possession. We go to double overtime where quarterback Joseph Rena throws a pass to freshman receiver Luke Hoke in the end zone for a 5-yard pass to give the Profs the lead again. Final score of the game ended up being 16-10 with the Profs coming out on top. That will do it down in Glassboro for the first ever Breakfast Bowl.
The football team did their thing on Saturday, but now we move on to both Rowan soccer teams as they've secured first-round byes in the NJAC tournament, which includes the 1 seed from the men's team and the 2 seed from the women's team. This includes a men's soccer matchup against Rutgers Camden. The last time these two met on October 5th, they both drew 1-1. Can the Profs take advantage of the bye at home? On a warm November night in Glassboro, the Rowan men's soccer team is riding on a 6-game winning streak into the NJAC tournament. They have not allowed a goal dating back to October 9th against Washington College and have outscored opponents 15-0. Early in this game, both sides were able to play well defensively and control the ball across the field. Good opportunities were taken by the Profs, but they cannot get anything going at all. A key shot in the first half was by leading goal scorer Johnny Troiano, where he shot a ball wide to the right of the net. During the second half of play, the Profs pass the ball around and find anybody that is open, going back and forth with the ball, and Ryan Cleary ends up scoring the goal for the Profs past Rutgers Camden goalkeeper Sean Boone. Ryan Cleary scores his 8th goal of the season in the second half. The Profs defense does a great job at the end of the game, and that seals the deal. Rowan gets a big win at home. The men's team is on fire as they have won their 7th game in a row with a big win over Rutgers Camden. Ryan Cleary scored the game-winning goal in the second half to secure the victory. The Profs will take on the Stockton Ospreys on Friday night with a chance to take home their 2nd NJAC crown in 3 years. Let's shift our focus now to women's soccer, where a particular player has been dominating on the field. Junior Olivia Giordano won the NJAC Offensive Player of the Year award with her successful season. With 15 goals and 3 assists, Giordano was able to play a huge role within her team again to get the Profs back into this position. 5 Profs made it to the NJAC first team, while 2 other Profs got honorable mention all-conference. With lots of excitement at this time of year, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for this week on our future forecast. 2 NJAC semifinal games are in action tonight on Rowan's campus, including Rowan Field Hockey taking on Stockton at 5, and Rowan Women's Soccer taking on Montclair State at 6. On Friday, an NJAC championship matchup for Rowan Men's Soccer as they face off against Stockton at 6. And Rowan Volleyball will travel to Eastern University for their final regular season matchup at 7. Saturday is an action-packed filled day as Rowan Football plays their final home game of the season in Glassboro versus Kane at 1. Rowan Men's Basketball travels up to the Big Apple to take on Ithaca in the NYU Tip-Off Classic at 7. And 2 potential NJAC championship matchups for Rowan's field hockey and women's soccer teams depending on tonight's outcomes.
That's it for this week's Profs Huddle. Thanks so much for tuning in on all the latest Prof sports highlights. We'll have more exciting content to share with you in the next episode. Until then, I'm Micaiah Tinklenberg.
And I'm Aiden Ray. Have a good one, Glassboro.